This video is sponsored by Skillshare.
Hey y'all, my name is Cassie and I am the creator of Pieces of Scrap, and in today's video we're going to be doing some vlog content. Specifically, I have a lot of commissions that I need to catch up on, but before we get into that, I just want to mention that the background scenery has changed. We're not in my master bedroom as you normally see me in these intros. Instead, we're actually in my office and we have my finished yarn shelves behind me. And if you're unfamiliar, I actually custom made these yarn shelves with my husband for the past 3 months. We've been working on these and they're finally finished, and I created a 2-part video series. If you're interested in figuring out how I did this myself, definitely make sure you check out those videos because you will see me painting, varnishing, us cutting all the wood that we needed for the project, assembling different pieces, all of that content. I captured it and I put it into 2 separate videos, and there are some mishaps in there as well where I had things turn out worse than expected and had to restart in some circumstances. So if you're interested in seeing that content, maybe having a different set of topics than you're normally used to on this channel, such as woodworking, painting, those sort of things, then definitely check out that video. It's really interesting and I hope that it is entertaining to you guys. But in today's video, we're going to be working on commissions. I specifically have a really long list of commissions that I need to get finished that have been getting added to the list ever since November of last year. And it is currently mid-March right now. So some of these commissions I got late last year. And I just feel really bad that they've just been sitting around and not making any leeway on them, not getting any of them done. So I have actually already finished 2 of the commissions, one of which is one that I got this year, but one of the other commissions that I'm speaking of right now is one that I got in December of last year. Before we get into the commissions that I finished in this video, I want to talk to you really quick about a project that I recently finished thanks to Skillshare. I learned how to crochet with plastic bags. I had been hoarding all of these grocery bags from H-E-B and Walmart and a bunch of other places. I just keep all of my plastic bags, and I was finally able to make myself something with all those plastic bags, and I finished off all of the plastic bags that I was storing that I had excess of. I also used them to line trash bins, but I was able to create so much plastic yarn or plarn to create myself my own little bag here, and it's super cute and spacious and it's really nice and actually pretty soft considering that it's made out of plastic bags. But thanks to Skillshare and being able to access those classes and try out a new technique, I was able to figure out how to make plarn and make my very own crochet items from plastic bags. And I cannot recommend enough that you try out Skillshare because it's not just a great crochet resource, especially if you're a beginner or have never crocheted before. They have amazing classes for beginners, and they also have classes for just about everything that you can think of. Skillshare is one of the largest online learning communities for creatives with thousands of classes led by industry experts across film, illustration, design, freelance, productivity, and so much more. Skillshare can help you take your career, skills, hobbies, passions, or side hustles to the next level. Skillshare has just about every topic you can think of, from crafts and DIYs to film and video, marketing and business, and so many more interesting topics. This month I checked out some more crochet classes to get my creative juices flowing. I found a class on how to make a granny square mood blanket, and I also learned a little bit about Tunisian crochet. This season, Skillshare's theme is cultivating a daily art habit. Real progress happens one step at a time, and Skillshare makes those steps easier to tap into. With a variety of classes to help you stay inspired, you can build creative momentum. It's all about making the choice to learn, grow, and nurture your creative practices, and that's what Skillshare is here to help you do. The first 500 people to use the link in my description box will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare for free. So go ahead, click that link, and get started today. So starting with the commission I got in December, it was a little bit before Christmas break was starting, so people were getting ready to come down here to have our annual Christmas celebration. We have both sides of the family come down and celebrate here at our house, and we host, and we have 2 guest bedrooms, sort of. This office kind of turns into a guest bedroom while we have company for Christmas because we have like an air mattress and we pull it out and blow that up for some of the people who stay here. And then our other guest room is actually a guest room, has a queen size bed in there and everything. But anyway, we were ramping up for Christmas for people to come over and stay with us for the Christmas holiday for a week and a half or so. And then I got this commission from one of Noah's high school friends' moms. I know that sounds really convoluted, but stick with me here. She asked for a Highland Cow, and I was hoping I would be able to get it done before Christmas and then send it home with Noah's mom so that she can give it to her in person, but that didn't happen. I don't know how it didn't happen. I think it must have just like I lost track of it in my mind, and I just forgot about it because of the Christmas festivities, but I finally finished it today. So here is that Highland Cow. This is a pattern by H. Lee Inspired, and she sells this pattern on her Etsy. I ended up embroidering some yarn around each of the eyes here because I thought they looked a little bit boring with just the black safety eyes, and specifically I was hoping that I had some of the safety eyes that have like the offset iris on them in this size, but they're not big enough. So it looked really weird when I did that. So I wanted to embroider some irises on, and then the white part of the eye as well. So it looks like he's kind of like focused dead center on you, and you get a little bit more personality with that embroidery as well. And I really like how he turned out. This is the same yarn that I've always used for this Highland Cow pattern. I am not actually sure what the brand is, but I think I got it from Michael's. And you know what? It might be like one of the home brands that they have at Michael's, but I can't remember off the top of my head what it's called because it's been so long since I bought this yarn. But anyway, he came out so cute, and I'm so glad that he's finally finished. I get to ship this off to her recipient of this gift because it's not for her, it's for like a grandchild or a niece or something like that, and I will get to ship this off to her this week, so it's nice to get that checked off my commissions list. And then next up is a commission that I got either late January this year or early February this year, and it was meant to be kind of like a Valentine's Day gift, so I'm a little late a little bit late there, but it's not a huge deal. Anyway, it's a commission for somebody I know at church. She wanted a like pajama pouch plushie, so sort of like a lovey, except the interior of the body part of the lovey is meant to like be able to open up so that you can store pajamas in there, and you can just bring this plushie to like a sleepover, or you can just store your pajamas in it and use it as a pillow. It's supposed to be something really cool like that, so I ended up having to kind of custom make this plushie. She sent me an Etsy listing for a pattern that she wants it to look like, so I used some pieces of that pattern to create this, so I'll definitely link that in the description. But for the lovey part, the pajama pouch part, and the legs and tail of this plushie, I had to kind of like custom make it, and I didn't write down the instructions for every little bit of it, but I know what I did, so I could probably recreate this if I really wanted to, if you guys are ever interested in seeing a pattern for this in the future. But anyway, this is the cat pajama pouch that I made for her. She wanted a cat that kind of incorporated some of her favorite colors into it, and she loves purple and pink, so I picked some really pretty purple safety eyes with the offset iris, as well as the cute little button safety nose that has like, it's got a little bit of like soft texture on it too, so it's really nice. It's like kind of like a velvety or suede texture to it. And as you can see here, it's like a lovey basically in concept, but then in the back here we have buttons, and a little pouch. So she can put her folded up pajamas into this kitty, and then it becomes a little softer and plusher, more like a pillow, and she can use the front of the plushie as a pillow when she's going to a sleepover or something like that. And we also have the tail on the back, right in the center of the bottom of the body, and the legs. And I kind of adapted and used inspiration from the Mama Made Minis Lovies from that pattern book to kind of determine how I was gonna make this a pajama pouch. I crocheted directly into the bottom of the head here, but instead of a circle, I did like a spiral pattern to get this little bit of overlap here so that when you fasten these buttons closed, there isn't a gap in between the parts here. So I'm really excited that I got this commission done as well, and I'm gonna bring this to the person who commissioned it from me in person on Wednesday. So I'm really excited to get those things done. Other than that, I do have other exciting things going on. For example, one of the other commissions that I'm gonna try to knock out this week is a commission for a ice cream chain of restaurants, actually, that is local to East Texas. And specifically, the owner was wanting a plushie of his logo, which is a penguin with like a little beanie, and I think he has a hockey stick. But specifically, he just wants like the penguin with the beanie. So I think that's a really achievable concept that I can mock up for him. And so I'm gonna work on making that pattern this week and hopefully showing him like some different size variations so he can determine what sizes he likes, if they're at a price point that makes sense for him, and that sort of thing. So I'm really excited to get started on that commission this week as well. And other than that, I just have some other miscellaneous commissions that I really need to get done because they've been waiting for a long time. So I'm going to try to knock out all of those things this week, as well as maybe just getting some other little things done for YouTube or anything else like that. Maybe getting some photos done for Instagram for different posts that I can make. But mostly what today is about is just getting those commissions done. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. I also quickly wanted to mention and shout out Premier Yarns for sending me this beautiful Arctic tumbler here with their logo on it, and they also sent me some stickers along with it. These are the Premier Fruits stickers, so it's in theme with the Premier Parfait Fruits collection of yarns. So we've got a blueberry, and then we've got a clementine or a tangerine, an orange of some sort. And I just love this tumbler, and I appreciate them so much for sending that to me. So thank you so much, Premier, if you're watching. But anyway, I have a lot of work to do in this video, so let's go ahead and get started. Hey guys, so I have a little bit of an update for you since the last time we chatted. So as you can see in the background, I finished a tester call for one of my followers, Beck Made Studios, and it is the cutest little pack of patterns that I've ever had the pleasure of testing. So let me go ahead and pull them up and show them to you one by one. So first up, we have the pattern that I was assigned to test, which is a Bulbasaur pattern. So I ended up using some red pupilled safety eyes, and these are like synchro eyes, so they kind of have that effect of like kind of following you as you move the head of the plushie around. I love that effect so much. And these are also off-center pupils, so they kind of look a little bit more like anime too, so that is really awesome. I ended up putting some white glitter irises in there so that it kind of looks like that white part of the eye that you see on Bulbasaur in the anime. Here's a little look at that Bulbasaur from the side. As you can see, he's got this little bulb on the back of him, and he's got little spots embroidered all over to make him look a little bit more like Bulbasaur. And I just love the size that it comes out to, and then he kind of stands up all on his own. The next pattern is this Charmander pattern, and I love all of these patterns, but especially these starters from the first generation of Pokemon. And I especially love that these patterns are no-sew and so market prep friendly, but I love me some adorable little first generation starters. I love the tail and how it's got the little flame at the end. I love the little belly patch and just how simple this design is as well. My favorite pattern of these three starters is the Squirtle pattern. I just absolutely love the Squirtle. It's so recognizable that that is what it is. We have amazing detail here from the shell to this curly little tail back here, and it acts as a kickstand too. So the Squirtle is perfect for standing up and displaying in your office or on a countertop, bookshelf, whatever you want to display it on. And he is so cute. Definitely my favorite out of these patterns. The next pattern is Mew. This one is a little simpler of a pattern, and there's actually two different styles of the ears, but I opted for bobble ears instead of the other ears that are offered. The other ears are a little bit more like cat ears, and they're pointier and larger overall. But I just love how this Mew turned out. Definitely recognizable, especially with this tail in the back, that it is Mew. The designer of the pattern, Beckmade Studio, actually has a option for you to put a pipe cleaner in here to kind of get that swirly effect, you know, like the curving effect in the tail to make it look like a little bit more like Mew. So that is definitely something that adds a lot of character to this little simple Pokemon. Next up, we obviously have a Togepi, and we've got this beautiful white bottom with the stitches going up a little higher to kind of look like a cracked eggshell, like what Togepi looks like, as well as this little crown effect to get that extra texture to make it look extra like Togepi. There's also obviously these little shapes embroidered onto the white portion of Togepi to get those cute little 90s patterns embroidered onto this Togepi. And obviously I chose some silver sinker eyes for this Togepi to kind of look a little like starstruck, like Togepi usually looks like. The next pattern is the Snorlax pattern. This one is a little different looking just because we are not using sinker eyes or safety eyes in general. We have embroidered eyes onto this little Snorlax. This one is a little bit different because he naturally just wants to be laying down, obviously, because Snorlax is a very sleepy boy, so he doesn't stand upright as much. He definitely still can stand upright. As you can see, he's balancing on my hand, but he definitely wants to lean back and be snoozing away, which is really cute and reminiscent of a true Snorlax. And then finally, the last pattern is the Fanpea pattern. He is a cute little elephant, and he's got this adorable little orange embroidery on his trunk and ears. He's really cute, very adjustable as well. He's very like fidget friendly, a cute little guy, and I love all of these patterns, and especially those starters like I was saying, but seeing some of these less familiar faces as well is also really exciting. I also want to mention that within these patterns, there's also a Pokeball pattern. So you can also make that Pokeball, and it's a Pokeball that you can open and close as well. So you can fit each of these little Pokemon inside of the Pokeball and then open it up and take them out as well, and they're interchangeable, obviously. So that is also a really awesome touch out of this pattern pack. So yeah, that is something really exciting that I wanted to share with you, but I also have a few more exciting things that I want to share with you, but let me adjust where we are located so that you can see what I've been working on, some changes in the office and stuff like that. So first up, I have a lot of commissions that I'm catching up on, as you noticed at the beginning of this video, and one of those commissions is from a Froyo place in a town in East Texas near me, and it is for their logo, and their logo is a little penguin wearing a hat holding a big old Froyo spoon. And I finally got around to making that pattern, and I actually delivered some mock-ups to the owner of that franchise yesterday. So I have not the final drafts of those patterns, but I have some of the contenders of those patterns. So I made two different sizes. The first is this smaller size. This is actually what the final one looks like. This just isn't super cleaned up and refined. Obviously, I have like the hat sewn on here with orange yarn instead of green. So he got the nicer looking one out of the two. But really cute little penguin pattern. Kind of reminds me of the Club Penguin penguins. And so that is super cute and exciting. And then the second one that I made isn't nearly as goofy looking as this one. The larger one is actually a lot taller and overall skinnier than this one. This one's like a lot more plump, and his wings hang down like past his feet, well past his feet. So the one that I ended up giving to the owner, his wings are much higher up. Sorry, my light just died, but there's a penguin with a hat that's large like this one and sewn onto the head, and then there's one that's just done into the back loops only of a row on the head, and so it's no sew, and the hat is probably half the size. So different hat options that I presented him, as well as just this one is definitely a lot goofier looking than the one that I sent him. I have some b-roll of it before I took it to his store yesterday, so you'll see what I'm talking about there. But I love how these penguins turned out, and I wrote the pattern for both patterns, and I will probably be releasing the penguins as a pattern at some point. Maybe as a pattern packed together, or maybe as separate patterns, maybe the smaller one as a free pattern on my Instagram, and the larger one as a paid pattern on my Etsy perhaps. But yeah, I'm really excited that I was able to work this pattern up. Pattern writing has been really intimidating to me recently, and so I've been kind of trying really hard to avoid it as much as possible, but I finally got around to writing this pattern for his shop, and he's actually going to end up ordering 10 of each size, I believe, and we're going to try to keep that stocked. So I made a huge order to Premiere yesterday of just like black, white, and some hat colors that he wants, and I'm just excited to get that commission done for him. It's really nice to have the opportunity to support a small business and kind of branch out what they're selling at their business as well, which is really cool. So obviously the desk looks a little bit different than you're used to, but that is just because today I received my new monitor. So we've got 2 monitors here, as well as my little tablet over there, and what I'm currently working on that you see pulled up over there is a 4th wing dragon. This is the black dragon in that series of books. His name is Tarn, and I am also going to be creating a another dragon. The gold dragon from that series is Andarna. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. I pronounce it differently in my head, but when I say it out loud, it comes out different. But I'm not really sure how it's actually supposed to be pronounced. But anyway, I have these dragons available for pre-order at a bookstore near me, and somebody ended up purchasing Tarn and Andarna. So the bookstore owner is going to send out the display versions of those that she has available in the store so that she can get them out as quickly as possible. But I promised her that by tomorrow I will have another Tarn and Andarna to put in the bookstore for display so that people can determine if they want to purchase it too. So I'm working on Tarn right now. I've got his body done. I'm working on crocheting his spine. And obviously over here on my desk you can see that I've got his legs as well. So the pieces that I have left are obviously the rest of his spine. I always crochet some eyebrows on him, which is part of the pattern, and I embroider eyelids on his eyes just because he's a grumpy dragon and he looks a little grumpier that way. He also has 2 large spikes above his eyes, and then there's 3 spikes on each side of his cheek, so 8 spikes total that I have to crochet and then sew on. And then obviously a dragon has wings, so I also have to crochet his wings and sew those on. And then when all of that done, Tarn will be done and I can start on Andarna. And it's actually funny because I have a Tarn in my room, but that was the first version of him that I made, and I didn't have enough black yarn. So he's crocheted in like 3 different types of yarn. I think I started him in Premier Parfait Chunky in black, and then I had to switch to Premier Retro Velvet in black, and then all of the extra elements I had to finish using I believe it's Elise Felituo in black. So it's like 3 different yarn weights, and he came out looking a little wonky in terms of like the sizing compared to what they look like now when I finish them all in the same yarn and with the same like stuffing technique and everything. So I am going to keep that one in my office as a display. And in addition to that, I also have another Andarna that I can't finish because I started it in Premier Parfait Mustard, but I ran out of that, and they have been sold out of that color the last 2 yarn orders that I've made. And I've made 2 yarn orders just in the month of March to make these dragons and to make these penguins as well. And each time that I've ordered, I have not been able to get mustard. So I started Andarna in mustard the first time that I made her, and I didn't have enough yarn left over to make her wings or horns or even like the spine detail. So I just have a body with eyes and her legs in my closet right now, but I'm not going to be able to finish her for a long time. But in addition to that, I just have the wrong eye color on her as well. So when I do get that yarn finally and I'm able to finish that one, I'm going to have to switch out her eyes or just keep her for myself and just know that the eyes are not actually that color. But the color that I do use is actually one of Premier's new colors that they released for Premier Parfait Chunky. Let me grab that real quick. So here is the color. It's the color Maize. It's a little warmer and poppier, more vibrant than that mustard color, but Andarna in the books is gold. And she is just a really beautiful gold dragon in the first book, and I'm determined that this one looks really good, if not better, as her color of her scales. So I am going to go ahead and make her in this color. This is the color that is on display at the bookstore as well. So I've been using Maize instead of mustard. I know that in Crochet by Jenna's photos of the dragon, it's in mustard, as well as like she put out new Snuggler patterns that she's getting tested now that are also, she uses mustard instead of Maize. So we've got slightly different colored dragons, at least for Andarna. But yeah, I'm really excited to get that commission done and then deliver those dragons to her in person tomorrow. But yeah, I've got a lot of work cut out for me, obviously, so I'm going to go ahead and get started finishing Taryn today and hopefully get started and finish with Andarna today as well. Hey guys, so I am coming back to you with some progress updates on commissions and stuff like that. I actually went ahead and decided that I'm going to list my 4th wing dragons as like a made to order thing on my Etsy, and I actually am finishing up Andarna right now. So I have all of her legs done. They're just not sewn on yet. Obviously I finished all the face details here, so we have like the spikes on here, we have the spine crocheted on, and the little eyebrows and eyelids are on as well. So what I have left is I am currently crocheting the wings. Then after that I'll sew the wings on, and I will also sew the legs on, and then we will have a finished Andarna. And I'm actually really excited to show you something else. Let me quickly grab it. So something kind of annoying that I've been encountering is I order eyes for these dragons, and all of the dragons that I've been making have golden eyes, and in the set of eyes that I get, it comes with like 6 washers, I think, that are gold, so that you have that gold underlay under the eyes. So I had to paint some of the eyes. So for example, this one has painted gold metallic paint on there under the eye itself, so it doesn't even have a washer in there. So I went ahead and I got another set of eyes. These are just blanks. They don't come with any washers. They have obviously the backing of the eye itself, but it's just blanks. So I need to paint these. And what I ended up doing is I got some glitter Mod Podge. So this is like a finish that will go on the first layer to get some like iridescent glitter on the eye so it's not as flat. And then I also purchased this Galaxy Glitter Deco Art paint that actually has some like big chunky glitters in there of gold that I can incorporate into my eyes as well. So I can do multiple layers of gold to make them kind of more three-dimensional looking, I suppose. So I'm really excited to make some of my own eyes. In my order as well, I ordered some of these kawaii eyes that have oval shaped eyes, as well as circle eyes that have the little, here's a better look at that. It has like little white spots on the eyes that kind of give that twinkling effect. I got these because I need them for the penguin commission order that I have from the Froyo company that commissioned me. So I think he's going to order 10 of each size, a 10 of the small and 10 of the large. I also ordered a big order from Premier to get like black and white restocked because I've been using a lot of black for my dragons and I'm almost out of white. So those are colors I really need for these projects. So getting all that stocked up. I'm going to work on finishing Andarna today, as well as getting some of these eyes ready so that they're just ready to go in the dragons when I am assembling them. And I also, yesterday, I had to go into town to get some fillings. So while I was in town, I went to Hobby Lobby. So I have a little bit of a yarn haul to show you as well. Hobby Lobby isn't, I think, as popular as other yarn destinations. From what I can tell from just yarns that I see people using, like I feel like a lot of the time I see people using like the Home in Threads or maybe Loops and Threads from Michaels, that chenille brand, but I really like the Baby Bee selection. So this is one of the colors that I really like. This is Snugs and Kisses, and they have all these really pretty pastel shades that have like a little bit of like white flecks in the yarn as well. So I went ahead and I picked up one skein of this brown color because it makes really cute like teddy bears and bunnies and stuff like that. I thought that was something I was definitely missing in my collection right now. I also picked up 4 skeins of this Baby Bee Adorable in the color Happalicious. So 4 skeins of this really pretty rainbow color that I'm excited to make. I think this will make some really cute little like mini dinos, maybe like scrap looking animals or plushies where like parts of their body are like rainbow and then other parts of their body are different colors. I actually saw a pattern test go out and I actually shared it in my Instagram story, but somebody was doing a pattern test for like a scrap bunny, and like each different part of the body was a different color, which I thought was a really cool idea. So I might try to do that sometime this week. In addition to the rainbow, I also got one of each color that seemed really pretty to me from the Adorable collection, other than white and gray, because they just looked like velvety versions of white and gray. But these were some unique colors that I found. This one is Pinkaboo, so it's like this nice pastel pink, but it's got like a little bit more of a duller vibrancy to it, which I liked. I also got this purple shade called Sugar Plum, and I think it's like a pretty like lavender, maybe lilac color, and I love the velvet sheen to it as well. I also got this more vibrant violet color, which is called Viva Violetta. This collection also had some really pretty greens. So this is the color Green Tambourine, which is a pretty like seafoam green color, I think. Another green that I found and really liked was Mint Charm, which is like a mint, almost like key lime combination of green that's really pretty. Into the blues that I got this one, which is called Poolside Vibes, which is like a cyan or cyan, however you say that. Blue, maybe more like a sky blue almost, with like a tiny bit of green in it, so that's a really pretty shade of blue. And then I also got this one, which is Baby's Blue, which I thought was so pretty, and I do not have a blue like this in my collection, but it'll make some really pretty, maybe like a Squirtle or something. I can make another one of the Squirtles in these like velvety looking colors. And then I have 3 more skeins for you guys to see. I got this yellow, which is called Bumblebee Wings. I also picked up this tannish color, or like khaki color, which is called Sandstone. And then finally, my most favorite color that I have really never seen before is this color right here, which is called Shell Pink. It's almost like a terracotta color, and I really like it, and it's got like some pink tone in it as well. It's a really unique color I haven't seen before, so I was really excited to get this one. It was just really nice to go into a Hobby Lobby. I don't really go into them very frequently, just because I am familiar with the selection there, but they've been really expanding this Baby Bee selection of chenille yarns a lot recently, and every single time I go in there I find something else new that I want to try out. So I'm very excited to be able to try these yarns out, and I was also able to do some shopping for my friend's birthday as well, so I got to add some little things to her gifts that I think that she'll really like as well. So all of that was really exciting. And anyway, we have an order of Premier yarn that will be coming in this Friday, I think, so in 2 days. So I'll show you guys that when it comes in as well. It'll kind of be a boring yarn haul just because most of it is black and white, but I did get a couple colors that I was out of, so I'll definitely show you those when they get here. But other than that, I also just want to finish Andarna and also get some eyes painted today, so I will try to get some footage of that as well. Hey y'all, so I have an update for you on my dragon commission. I have both Andarna and Tarn finished. So we've got two very large dragons here, so let me give you a better look at them. So first off, we have Andarna, and she's got these pretty gold eyes. Unfortunately, when I was making Andarna, I ran out of the gold washers for these sized eyes, so I had to just paint the backs of these eyes with this metallic gold paint that I have. It's Deco Art is the brand of paint that I used, and I had to do like 3 or 4 coats of it to get a solid background of that gold color behind the people. So I'm glad that it worked out. As you can see here, Andarna is a very large dragon, and she's got this pretty little feather tail back here, and I'm going to take her to the bookstore today along with Tarn. Tarn is a Morningstar tail dragon, so he's got like a club back here. His eyes, I had the last golden washers available, so he's got some sparkly pieces in his irises, so they are a lot prettier than Andarna, but they are still gold. His wings are put on here a little bit differently. As you can see, they're like flat out horizontally, like perpendicular to his body, where Andarna's wings are a little bit different. She's got this like angled bit here at the top of the wing, which I like a lot. Actually, as a confession, the last time I made this pattern, I just assumed that the wings were sewn on the same as Sigil's and Tarn's. Sigil is the blue dragon out of the 3, and so I just sewed them on the same way as these 2 larger dragons have their tails, their wings sewn on, and that is an incorrect way of doing it. So I'm glad that I actually looked at the photos this time when I sewed them on, because they look a lot cuter like this. I like the little right angle up here that it kind of gives like the wings are like bending. I like that a lot. So yeah, I'm gonna go to the bookstore today with my husband, and we're gonna drop these off. I'm gonna try to get some footage of the display that I have there of all of my plushies so that you guys can get an idea of what that looks like, because I don't think I've shown you guys that before. I don't even think I have any pictures of it either, so it'll be nice to get some nice footage of that. And also we're gonna run some errands. We're gonna pick up some tacos or quesadillas from our favorite taco truck in town, and we also just have to pick up some things at Walmart while we're in town. So we're gonna make a little errand trip out of it. It'll be fun, and when I come back later today, I might need to work on some stuff for other videos, because right now I'm filming for like 3 different videos at the same time. And the reason for that being is like I'm just trying to get ahead of my video schedule. Right now I have 1 video ahead of schedule, but if I have 2 or 3 ahead of schedule, it'll give me a lot more time for planning for videos, as well as just like making sure you know, I'm on schedule, and if something comes up, I don't miss a upload, things like that. So I'm trying to get ahead of my videos. I have some very excited videos coming up for you guys, so I am just, you know, I'm trying to get ahead of schedule. Another little fun fact that I haven't mentioned to everybody, but it's the reason that my monitors have changed and a lot of our office has changed, is I am actually full-time pursuing my crochet business now. I got terminated from my position as a video editor at the company I was with previously, and I'm not going to really get into why or anything like that. It wasn't because of my performance or anything like that. It was just, you know, a different reason. So, anyway, I'm really happy now that I can do this full-time, focus on YouTube full-time and the crochet business full-time. It's given me a really great opportunity to focus on the things that I want to do instead of the things that I don't want to do. I don't know if I've mentioned this in a video before, but when I had my full-time job at the company I was with previously, I was spending all day editing not YouTube videos, but just videos in general that I just had no interest in. And then at the end of the day, I would have to edit one of my own YouTube videos, and then I would be like so burnt out on video editing that I never wanted to do it. So it's been a real blessing to me to not have to focus on those things anymore. And so what I have been doing is I've been focusing on crocheting, making good content for you guys that you guys want to see more of, as well as just catching up on commissions, obviously, as you see in this video, and just enjoying my life a lot more than I used to. It's really been a blessing. I can't say that enough. So anyway, I'm so excited to get more invested in what I'm doing with Pieces of Scrap, and I've been actually looking at doing some more markets this year, some that I might not have been to in the past. I'm trying to look into if that free market that I did last spring would be available, because it was a very nice market. It was a beautiful day. We had really great food while we were there, and there were a lot of really awesome businesses that we got to chat with while we were there as well. So it would be really awesome if we could go to that market again, even if it's not free. Even if we have to pay a fee, it would be really nice to be able to go to that one. But I'm also looking out for other markets that might be going on in the summer, or I also need to get my applications in for my fall markets as well. I think I signed up for Fair on the Square the same day that I did it last year, because you could get like 20% off or something like that if I just paid the fee at the event for the next year. So I went ahead and I did that. So yeah, I'm trying to get my ducks in a row, make sure I have everything planned out for the year, and also just make sure that I'm on top of my schedule and not forgetting about little things that are really important. And yeah, I'm really excited for this year and what it has in store for the channel and my business. And also, I'm just really, really excited to get out new patterns for you guys as well. Like I was saying earlier in the video, I made these patterns for these penguins, and I am definitely, I think, going to put out a pattern for this penguin, the larger penguin, but like less goofy looking. As I was saying earlier, the wings are too low on this penguin, so I'm going to put them higher. And also, it's just nice to be able to have, you know, some different patterns. And in addition to that, it's nice to have patterns that I'm working on that I can release later in the year as well, because penguins are kind of like winter themed, and I think people really pick up winter themed patterns like closer to the end of the year. So it's nice to have patterns like this that I have worked up and tested pretty thoroughly because of a client or anything like that, that I can put out later, have tester calls later for, and just have a good like book of things to pull from when things are slow, or if I'm looking for specific themes, things like that. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get these dragons ready to go to the bookstore, and then I'll probably check in with you guys later, but try to get some footage at the bookstore and maybe of us getting tacos, going to the store, stuff like that. Hey guys, so I have some updates for you. I finished some dragons, I got my yarn order in and I put it all on the shelves, and it seems like I'm getting a lot more yarn recently, which has been nice. I've been able to fill up these shelves really nicely, and it's really satisfying right now to walk into this office and see all the different yarn colors on my wall. And so because of that, I've been kind of inspired to just crochet for fun, which I feel like typically I don't do a lot recently. I feel like when I am crocheting, it's either market prepping or for work purposes or like selling the things that I'm making. Of course, a lot of these things that I am going to show you are, you know, to sell eventually, but for right now, it was just to, you know, do something fun in my free time. So first up, I made 2 more of these cute little squirtles from Beck Made Studio, her Pokemon pattern, and they just make such cute little squirtles. Of course, we've got the pink sparkly sinker eyes in there, as well as just slightly different colors, because I was trying to determine what colors I like the most. Let me grab the other Squirtle really quick. Here are all 3 Squirtles in all the different colors that I have. I just realized just now that this Squirtle has orange eyes where the rest of them have pink eyes, so that's a little bit different, but let me know in the comment section below which one of these Squirtles you like the most, if you like the one with the orange eyes, or if you like the one with the pink eyes in the darker blue color or the lighter blue color. I think out of all of these, the one that I like the most is probably this one. I don't think I would do the pink eyes in the future. I'd probably do the orange, because I think in most cases where you see Squirtle, his eyes are actually brown. So I think the orange is probably closer to what it actually looks like in like the illustrations and stuff, but I like the warmth of this color back here for the brown, which I believe is Croissant in Big Twist Baby Bear, and then the rest of these, except for the white, are Baby Bee in one of their yarn selections. It's fairly new to me. I don't usually pick up a lot of those colors, so I can't actually remember off the top of my head what that's called, but I'll make sure that it's on the screen. But I really like this blue, and the yellow is really pretty as well. And they also have a lot of other colors that I showed you earlier that I just like so much, and I can't wait to try them out and use them. But yeah, I think this one is my favorite, but definitely let me know in the comment section below if you like one of these more than the one that I picked. In addition to those Squirtles, I've also been working on dragons, just so that if I do get an order in, now that I've made the orders to restock the commission that I actually got for the 2 dragons, that way I have some on hand so I don't have to like drop everything I'm doing and crochet, because a lot of the time that has been what is happening, at least this one time. I guess I can't say a lot of the time because it's only happened once, but I feel like a lot of the time that I get like restock orders from the bookstore, it's like at the drop of a hat and I need to get it done as soon as possible. And when I got the commission order for these dragons, I actually had like a lot of other things planned during the time that I was gonna have to be crocheting these dragons. So I had to like put off any like filming plans that I had for videos or editing videos, stuff like that. And instead I just had to crochet dragons. So now I have 2 dragons, and then I need to make another Tern. But here is Scale, or Sigale, I think is how you pronounce it. I was noticing a lot when I'm using this lighter blue colored yarn that it's just, the weight feels different because when I make this dragon versus Tern, I notice a lot that Sigale's face like looks a lot longer, and I think it's just because of the tension, or not the tension, but the weight is definitely different in this blue color, and it definitely works up differently. It like gets a little bit more of that cone shape like that you would get if you were working with say like Bernat or something like that with a hook size that's like a little bit too small for that yarn. So yeah, definitely seeing a different size of the face here. It is longer, and I noticed that a lot, especially when they're right next to each other, because Sigale is actually supposed to be a little bit smaller than Taryn in the books itself. She is a blue dragon, a blue sword tail dragon, actually. And I think she's just supposed to be like slightly smaller than Taryn. But Taryn is like the second largest dragon in existence in the book. So Taryn and Sigale are actually like in these dragon plushies, they're like the same size, except Sigale's head always looks bigger than Taryn's, which is the main reason I pointed out is because she's supposed to be a little bit smaller, but every time I make her, she looks a little bit bigger. But anyway, she still looks really pretty. And actually, this is the first dragon that I've made with my new eyes that I painted myself. So let me quickly grab those to show you the difference between the two eyes that I made, actually the three eyes that I made. All right, so starting off with just the plain gold, this is Deco Art paint in the color gold in their like metallic range of colors. So pretty simple. There's no glitter or anything. It's pretty flat looking, but it does have like this pretty shimmery effect on it. And those are actually the eyes that I put into Andarna in this plushie, and actually the plushie that the bookstore has now. So she has really unique looking eyes because they're just flat gold with a little bit of shimmer in them. And then obviously Sigale's eyes are different. If you take a look here, they're glittery. So here is Sigale's eyes close up. They are a gold glitter paint with a black background. So as you can see on the back of these sinker eyes, it's black, but it gives it kind of like a vignette. It looks like a little shadowed on the outside of the eyes because I wanted to go for a little bit more of like a silvery tone for this golden set of eyes. Here are those eyes side by side. As you can see here, this one is a lot more warm toned and there's also no glitter in it, and this one almost appears like it's silver or some sort of like, I don't know, iron color or something like that. Like it just looks a little bit more metallic and gray, like maybe it's like a grayscale version. And then finally the last one that I made is a combination of quite a few different layers here. So here it is up close. They are much more gold than the other glitter ones that look a little bit silver. So the first layer is actually glitter Mod Podge, and then underneath that is the glitter gold paint. And then the last layer is the gold metallic paint. So there's quite a few layers here, and as you can see, the back is gold instead of black because that is the last layer that appears there. Here are all three of the eyes side by side, and you can really tell a huge difference, especially when the light is on them. Obviously, the one in the middle looks a lot less gold than the other two, but changing like the angle of the light and stuff like that, it really shows a lot of differences here. Let me get this to focus on the eye. There we go. So we're focusing on the eye now, and you can see in this gold glitter one, there's actually some like iridescent glitter in there as well, which is really pretty and cool. And when the light hits it in different spots, you get different colors in here because of that iridescent glitter, as well as like I just like that there's big chunks of different sized glitters in here, and the different chunks are like different colors as well because of the variance of the Mod Podge versus the gold glitter paint. I went ahead and grabbed the supplies that I used so you can see what those paints look like on camera as well. So here is that metallic paint. It is Deco Art Dazzling Metals, I believe this is called, and this is the color Splendid Gold. That is the color that I used as the base for the glitter gold eyes, as well as just the plain gold eyes that Andarna has. And then for the glitter, the gold glitter, this is Deco Art Galaxy Glitter in the color Champagne Stardust, and that is the color of the glitter of both glitter eyes. And then the golden glitter eyes, the ones that appear more golden, they have this as an extra layer before all the other glitters. This is Mod Podge Extreme Glitter. So that is what I use to get those iridescent glitters on top. So I hope that's helpful to you guys. I'm thinking about selling glitter eyes in the future, like from my Etsy store, because they're really fun to make. I really enjoy them. I actually ordered a bunch of this galaxy glitter paint in all of the different colors, as well as some metallic paint in different colors to put under them so that I can have a full range of different colored eyes to use, because I think it would be cool to make some dragons that are just like not themed for fourth wing, but maybe like a green dragon or a purple dragon or a white dragon, like anything like that. That all sounds really fun to me. And I'm kind of obsessed with this pattern too, which is really awesome. And it kind of shows how far I've come in terms of enjoying patterns that require a lot of sewing, because these patterns really require a lot of sewing, guys. Every piece of this dragon is sewn on. You work the head and body, tail, like all together, but the legs, the wings, all of the pieces of the tail, all of the face spikes, those are all crocheted separately. The only thing that you crochet onto the body are the little eyebrows and the spine here. Everything else is done separately. So I feel like I've really come a long way in terms of finding a pattern that requires a lot of sewing, a lot of time invested in the project as well, that I actually enjoy making. And I think it's really just because I love dragons so much, guys, and I think a lot of people like dragons too. I've noticed that a lot of people, when they go to markets, dragons are really great sellers. So anyway, I feel like we've done a lot in this video today, so I probably need to cut it here. I have a commission order in for the penguins now. I need to make 7 small penguins, and I got my yarn order in, so I can finally do that now. So that is my next step, and you'll have to tune into a vlog in the future from me to see me actually make those things. And I actually also have some exciting other projects that I'm working on that are not amigurumi that would be thrilled to share with you guys if you tune into another vlog in the future, but not this vlog today. We're gonna end it here. I appreciate all you guys tuning in to watch this video and crocheting along with me if that is what you choose to do while you watch these videos. Make sure you subscribe if you like my content and you want to see more in the future. I put out new videos every Tuesday, and I love to hear y'all's comments and feedback in the comment section, obviously, and I love to chat with you guys. So make sure if you have anything that you would like to say, that you comment down below. Let me know what you're working on. Let me know what your favorite project from this video was, and also let me know if you're excited for the different releases that I talked about in this video. The penguin pattern coming out in the future, the eyes being sold in the future potentially, as well as the dragons being made to order, selling, and potentially custom dragons. That would be really cool too, I think. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!